The Xtool D7 line of products is fighting for a place in your toolbox. The D7, D7S and D7W. D7W! They are all sharing the same Xtool DNA. However, they are bringing their own personality to the fight. What are these tools all about? They are tools designed to work on multiple vehicle platforms, capable of doing basic diagnostics, data logging, actuator testing, ECU programming, key programming, and in some cases even mileage correction. Yes, I've tested them. On paper, they look amazing. In reality, they might work better on some vehicles than others. They might have some functions that still need a little bit of refining. But if you give them the chance and if you invest the time to understand how they work, they will be important assets in any project that you are undertaking. Now, what are the differences between them? What are the specs? All of them are running 7-inch screens, 4-core 1.6 GHz CPUs, 2 GB of RAM, Android 10, and we are starting to see the first difference. 32 GB of storage and 64 on the bigger, newer units. All of them are capable of doing CAN-FD and DOIP. All of them are giving you the same vehicle coverage because they are running exactly the same software. The older D7 has the standard user interface, while the newer ones are using the new and improved and fancy schmancy Xtool layout. Capabilities, a lot of them over there. Let's discuss a little bit build quality and design features. We are very used to the build quality and shape of the D7, taking in account what the customers gave as a feedback on the upgraded versions, so the S and the W. We are starting to see the introduction of this little hook. Make sure that when you're using this, you're using it on the airbag and not on the top of the steering wheel, like I've tried in the beginning, and I was thinking that this handle is not designed properly. This will be the new format for Xtool products in the tablets, so get familiar with it. The same design goes up on the D8 and D9 platforms for future models to come to the market. We are starting to see some of the differences in the sense that the D7 and D7S are still using a cable, while the W is coming to the market with the wireless dongle. Something very rare on this price range, to use a dongle that connects on the Wi-Fi. The majority of other diagnostic manufacturers are still using Bluetooth, while Xtool is trying to lead the way with using Wi-Fi for better stability of the signal, for faster speeds, and for future-proofing the devices that you are running. Same software, same coverage of vehicles, and we are starting to think, okay, but what are the selling points? What are the main differentiators and things to look at when we are looking at these products? The way that I see it, we have the cabled connections, we have the lack of the cables. When we are going on the wireless side of things, if in the past the batteries weren't important, 4,000 milliamps, 5,000 milliamps, all of a sudden the 5,000 milliamp battery is quite important, because when using it wirelessly, nothing is charging our tablet. In my testing of this unit, I've been able to get a 2.5-hour, 3-hour use time from this unit. Also, the charging time needed to go from 0 to 100 is close to 3 hours. So it's something that you would want to keep in mind when using this type of device. When we are looking at the older shape, the older tablet versus the newer shapes, we need to consider also the additional accessories that can be used with these tools. So even in the past, we could use an EEPROM reader for the D7. Now on the newer versions, we can use it even easier. But on top of that, we can easily connect an endoscope camera or other accessories that Xtool will bring to the market. When the decision comes, which one would I recommend? So after using them for quite a bit of time, I've noticed that the newer version, although it looks a little bit better, is for some reason a little bit slower. and drains the battery much more than the older D7. Also, I've noticed that having the same capability, it's really hard to find a reason for me to invest or for someone to spend the money on the newer version. So these are the hacks and these are the questions that I would advise you to try to answer yourself and help you decide which of them is better for you. What is your use scenario? So if you are a home user, someone that only wants to run the diagnostics and doesn't really want to actually do the repairs and do complicated stuff, the cabled D7 is your best bet. If you go more on the professional side of things, if you are doing fancy stuff like gearbox oil changes or all sorts of tests and measurements that require you to be out of the vehicle, going the wireless way is the choice for you. After that, is the price that you're spending on the tool an important decisive factor? The D7 is the best tool for the money. Do you want a cable? Don't you want a cable? Can you sacrifice the fact that you will need to charge it over and over? And are you able to live with the fact that you might want to use it on a vehicle and because you didn't charge it, you will have to wait? Those are important factors to consider. As I mentioned it a few seconds ago, the accessories. If having such a little bit an endoscope is something important for you, you might go for the newer versions. If you are able to, or if you are planning of using the actuator testing capability while at the same time monitoring it with an endoscope, the wireless option might be something to consider. Pricing is all over the place. As they introduce the newer ones, things have changed and they are always changing. Links will be in the description to my normal shopping places: Amazon, eBay, AliExpress. Choose the one that is most relevant to your conditions. And should you choose to buy your diagnostic tools using one of our links, we might receive a small commission without affecting the price that you are paying for your device. A small commission that will help the channel to deliver this type of content in the future. Also, if you want to join us in our top secret Patreon community, a place where members have access to exclusive videos, a place where you get unbiased advice, a place where you can shape future videos to come, use some of the links available in the description. Now, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.